My bad, 111 family. For the first 5 minutes when this video starts, it's blurry, but I was ranting and I didn't even notice. Just deal with it. After 5 minutes, it's going to be clear. So my bad on that. But we have a lot of stuff we're talking about in this video. I appreciate everybody commenting all the positive stuff on these videos, and it's going to keep me going with giving you guys my POV and my stories of the skate industry, the things I went through, and anything y'all want me to talk about. Appreciate y'all. 111. Enjoy the video. What it was like being a skater from the hood. Now, I didn't even want to title this video that because it just sounds kind of like corny and weird. But I didn't know. I tried to really search up how to like title this better and still be clickable. But the point of this video is pretty much how it was being a skater born in a bad, all right, fuck it, the hood, nigga. Yeah, that's what it is. Just the hood. There's no way to sugarcoat it. I was born in Inglewood, California. Now, that's not the best place on earth to live. Now it's more gentrified, if I say that word right. But I had a lot of good moments there, and there was a lot of difficulties growing up, trying to be a skater from a place that wasn't a safe place. I'm going to forget a lot of things to speak on this because I have a lot of stories. So I'm not covering everything because I just can't think of everything off the top. And I do these videos, I don't script them. I just go straight to ranting and giving you guys my real thoughts straightforward. But yeah, I was born in Inglewood, and I grew up on 108th Street in Yukon with my grandparents. I just did a video talking about my grandparents. Love them, amazing. We grew up in a back house. We're gonna skip all the beginning skater stuff, but you know what I mean? We couldn't afford the typical things like grip tape on the skateboard and even gas to get to skate parks. We didn't even have skate parks over there, by the way, which we're gonna get to that. But I want to say this: skateboarding, me and my people always like to say, and I'm sure you guys can agree, skateboarding is the poor man's sport. Meaning, I tried to get into a lot of sports when I was younger, but we couldn't afford it. You know, they want you to get the uniforms and all this equipment, and then you gotta pay for this and that. You gotta drive here. We couldn't afford that in the family. But with skateboarding, it's a lot of hand-me-downs. Your people got skateboards. You buy a skateboard that can last for a while. If not, the trucks are gonna last for a while. Then you get hand-me-downs, and you can skate anything. You don't need a certain place to go to. You can just skate flat ground. You can skate dirt if you wanted to. But yeah. So I had a bunch of friends in Inglewood that skated, thankfully. But what's crazy about that is they grew up to turn into a gang. And I didn't even know that they was really gang banging like that. They were called SMC. Now, they were a gang full of skateboarders. These motherfuckers were good as shit. Now, I used to skate with them all the time, so people thought I was a part of it, which I was a part of their skate crew to me, but I wasn't a part of no damn gang. Again, I'm gonna be going back and forth with these stories. It's not gonna be any time frame with this shit. But I remember like being in high school. First, let me explain how good these niggas were. These niggas were doing like switch front big spins off 12 stairs. These niggas were doing like crazy lines at our local park that was built for us. Like on some switch flip back tail type shit in lines, bro. Like these niggas were slept on. It's crazy. And they was out there doing dumb shit too on the side. But you know, whatever, this is where we came from. Sometimes shit gotta be what it is. And I remember being in high school. I was the best skater in high school for my class, and honestly, the whole high school. I was voted best skateboarder. It was me and Jarrell always battling that title out. But I was voted best skater one year, and the people in the school found out that SMC was a skateboarders too, and I don't know what the fuck them niggas was doing, because again, I was staying out of that shit. But since I was the best skater in the school, the security guards and all like the coaches and stuff were the securities, and everybody that was like patrolling the school, the cops even, they thought I was the leader of this motherfucking gang because I was the best skater in the school. And they will always question me when I was walking by them and shit, like asking me these weird questions. And like, I put two to two together. And I was like, oh my God, these niggas think I'm a part of this shit. They think I'm running this whole motherfucking operation because I'm good at skating, which it kind of looked like it because I had my little handy cam, and I used to always be that nigga that's like, let's film, let's make a full-length video, let's go, what the fuck y'all niggas doing? And I'll find the best skaters around, and a lot of them were the people in SMC, and they will always be with me, and I'll always be filming with them. So I could kind of see how that kind of looks like that. But nigga, I was scrawny. I was a little twig. I didn't even have haircuts at all. Like, I don't have a haircut right now, but this shit was like fluffy as fuck, all on the side. I looked like I couldn't speak English. Like, what the fuck? Let's speak about when it came to skate some street spots. And again, I'm moving my tripod around back and forth, so I apologize if like the scenes like a little cricket sometimes, but whatever, just deal with it. It's just about the talking anyway. 111 family. So look, I remember skating the street spots. We had my high school that I went to down the street, so I used to always be up in that motherfucker every day before I even went to high school there. And you know, they had the big barred fences that curved, so it was like it curved out or whatever, so it was hard for you to get in. They had the shit all locked up crazy, because, you know, I remember there was like stories of gangbangers going in there to fight students. Grown-ass men going in there to fight students off of some like gang shit. I don't know exactly what, if because of their family or what, but I got some more stories about that. So I remember skating at school a lot, and there would be times where we would have to run for people trying to rob us from our skateboards. So like we would go up in there, and we would struggle with the police and stuff a lot, because they would think that we were the ones breaking into the schools and vandalizing the schools a lot, but it really wasn't us. We was just there skating. I mean, that's the only type of damage we would do, if anything. But they thought we was up in there tagging, breaking into the windows, stealing shit, which I don't get why niggas is breaking into school, stealing stuff. That don't make no motherfucking sense. It's just like notebooks and shit. And I know you're not stealing that shit to work. But yeah, so they used to think that was us. So we always used to have to run for the cops, because they swear it was us. They always thought it was us. And besides running from the cops all the time, which is a normal thing for skaters, we would have to run from you know, gang members or people trying to act like gang members. I remember I had my little brother when I was little at the school, and it's like one of the first times I took him out to go street skate. And we went to that school to go skate, and it was me and somebody else, I forgot. Long story short, there was these group of dudes that was around trying to act all cool and shit, but they kept getting close to us. I peep game, I know what the fuck going on. So they were trying to rob us for our skateboards. I peep game, we started booking it, started running. My little brother running fast as fuck. Them niggas is running quick as fuck. Eventually, most of them stopped running because we gone, and then one just kept going. I was like, this nigga don't give up, but he eventually stops. And then the fence that I was telling you about, the curb one, we had to hop that bitch. That shit is impossible. I threw my little brother over that shit. Luckily, he landed on his feet. I threw that nigga over that shit. My little brother Dante. And we just talked about that the other day, which is hilarious. And we hopped that motherfucker, and I was like, see, that's why I don't want to take you out with me to go skate, man. That's why I don't want to do all this. Besides that, there was like a lot of like creeps too. You feel me? Like crackheads and shit. I remember, and again, I'm going everywhere with this. There's no time frame, anything. I'm just remembering things, letting y'all know. I remember I used to ditch school a lot because, one, they kept putting us in the same motherfucking classes because they couldn't afford putting us in the next classes. So we had to take algebra like 3 times. So that's an example of the school. I'm just like, man, fuck this school. I'm wasting my time doing the same shit for what? I'm about to ditch and keep focusing on the skating. Not saying y'all should ditch. I know a lot of you guys are older now, so that don't fucking matter. But if y'all younger, don't be ditching school. I used to ditch. There was a time I ditched over 100 days in 1 year. And I ditched not to smoke no weed, not to drink alcohol, none of that shit. I ditched just to strictly skate. And I was skating skate parks. Like, again, there's no time frame in this, but I used to take the bus all the way from Inglewood to the bus and the train to Venice and get over there. And just, once you got to Venice, you was good. And I would just skate. But, so I remember there was times where we wouldn't go to Venice, or I don't know what the fuck we were skating, but we would still be in Inglewood. And you know, if you out in the streets all the time, you're gonna see the same homeless people, crackheads, all that shit, winos, and eventually they gonna start talking to you. I remember we was cool with this one crackhead. I don't know if he alive or not still, but alcoholic, whatever the fuck he is. I was in Jack in the Box trying to eat. I think I was with Jarrell or somebody, and I said something. He was talking to us, and I said something about ditching school. Like, yeah, we ditching school right now. School ain't out. This nigga took his belt off and started chasing me around Jack in the Box, telling me, why the fuck you ditching school? He wasn't wearing underwear, and his pants was to the floor while he was chasing me with a belt and Jack in the Box, nigga. I was like, oh, hell no, nigga. So we left. Oh my God. I think he was trying to traumatize me or some shit. Like, don't be like me. I'm like, nigga, I'm not doing drugs though. Nigga, I'm trying to skate. Y'all niggas doing other shit. But yeah, that shit was hilarious. And then like there's times I saw him that he was like randomly like bruised up in the face, like he got beat up type shit. Like, I don't know. Oh, there was one time, it's when I was younger. I remember, so again, the bigger homies would pick me up because I was like the youngest around at the time, but I was good at skating, so they like pick me up. I come into my house, knocking on the door, can Lamont skate, which I understand why my grandfather was kind of weirded out by that, which I spoke about in the video before this. But you know, dude's probably like 16, 15, whatever. Picks me up, not no car, nothing, just, hey, let's go skate down the street. We walk outside to the sidewalk because we're gonna go skate to the park down the street. You know the ice cream man that pushes the freaking, not the ice cream man in the truck, the ones that walk and push the carts. I don't know what the fuck this nigga did, but he was right in front of my sidewalk pushing. We say what's up to him, or the homie does, and this red car pulls up, stops next to the nigga. Two niggas hop out that bitch, beats that nigga up, just jumps him. I'm like, oh shit, they robbing him. And I'm looking at this right in front of my house. They take his money. This dude was hustling. He had like a wad of money. And I'm thinking, that's it. They put the money in the car or whatever they do, then they come back and still beat his ass. They're like beating him up. So I don't know what that motherfucker did. I don't know if he disrespected somebody that he was selling ice cream to, and it was like their daughter or some shit. But them niggas beat his ass up. And I was like, I remember getting a dark feeling from that, like just like feeling bad and shit. Like, damn, niggas is just trying to hustle. But shit, it's really ruthless out here. That reminds me too. I remember like, you know, we didn't have a lot of money, so a lot of my diet would be dollar stuff from the like liquor store. The 98-cent store was down the street. 98-cent store, not the 99. And which is crazy. They used to sell me cigarettes at the age of 12 for my grandma, because she couldn't walk over there. My grandma would write a note and say whatever the fuck she would say, give me the money, and they would sell the cigarettes to me. And so, which is crazy to think about now. I can imagine sending my son to the store at 12 to skate all the way over there in the hood to go buy me some cigarettes. The fuck? But it is what it was. And then what was I saying? Oh yeah, so my diet was like few dollars type shit, so I'll eat hot Cheetos a lot. I remember eating some motherfucking hot Cheetos, and I was so happy to eat these motherfuckers, and I was skating, and then I hit a fucking crack, a thick ass crack, like a thick ass motherfucking Lizzo crack, nigga, and I fucking flew, and the hot Cheetos flew up in the air like confetti, and there was a school bus driving by when that shit happened. And I know for a fact, you know, the school bus has tinted windows. I know the motherfucking kids was dying of laughter because there was no way they couldn't have seen that. And I hit my fucking shoulder hard and all my hot Cheetos on the floor. That's not really nothing crazy, but I just remember that shit. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, you know, I'll be living off shit like that. That happened again when I was eating some fucking burritos. But one of the craziest things that I've witnessed, skateboarding in the hood, kind of traumatized me for a while. And that was, I used to know this dude on the corner of where I used to live on 108th Street. He was older. So I grew up with my cousin Demarie. So it was me, my grandfather, my grandma, and my cousin Demarie. Then Dante came in the picture later on, which is my little brother. But growing up younger, I grew up with my cousin. He was like an older brother to me at the time. He grew up to be one of them gangbanging ass niggas from Inglewood families and shit. But I got to see him turn into that, which was kind of crazy to witness. He was cool with people around the block. And this is when he was younger, so I don't know if he was fully gang banging at the time. Nah, I think he was. But I knew this one dude because of him. I don't know if they hung out anymore around that time. But he was outside. Like I used to let him borrow my skateboard whenever he needed to go somewhere real quick, bring it back. We were that cool type shit. And he was fixing his car one day. So he must have been older than I thought. He was fixing his car one day right in front of his house. And I had to skate past his house every day to get to this park that we used to always skate by Worthington Elementary School. Not a skate park, just a fucking park with flat ground. And remember skating past him, said what's up to him. I look forward, start skating some more. And I see some dude with a hoodie walking by looking sketchy. And I just had this dark feeling. And I started looking, and I'm skating this way, and the dude's walking that way. And I look, the dude pulls out a gun and shoots the dude in the head. And my heart, everything dropped. I didn't know what the fuck to do. Dude started running towards my way. I became the Flash, nigga, on that skateboard, nigga. I must have broke a fucking world record. I'm not even trying to be funny right now. I was just going that fucking fast, nigga. So I booked it. Boom, hit the corner, hopped into a bush at somebody's yard. The lady from the house was looking out the window. You can't be right here. I was like, somebody just got shot. She's like, okay, baby, okay, yes, right there. And a dude walked past. I'm looking through the fucking the bushes, like in between the little cracks of the bushes. I can see him looking. I don't know if he looking for me or what, because I witnessed it or what. But then he hops in the car and he gone. I think eventually the cops got him. I don't know what the fuck happened. But I was scared. I didn't know how to leave where I was at. I was just like shivering. And then I start going down the street. Boom, booked it. I go through my back neighbor's house and hop my fence. And my grandfather starts yelling at me like, what I tell you about doing that shit? Hopping that fence, boom, boom. I was like, somebody just got shot. He's like, oh, get in the house. Boom, boom, boom. But that shit was crazy to see at the age of 12. I was 12 years old when I saw that shit, 12, 13. And that's just trying to skate to somewhere just to skate. And yeah, RIP to him. You know, that's one of the things. And I've had other homies that I've skated with that, like I've skated with a bunch of skaters from 109th Street. And that was great. You know what I mean? They had like the ramps, the ledges, like they built the flat bars, and the house was like welcoming. Anybody could just walk up in there and eat because their family was like that. And you know, we got cool. The skaters I was cool with there got cool with their older brothers. And then eventually, like, shit what happened where somebody from their family that we was cool with got shot and shit like that. I remember there was a pool, an empty pool in Inglewood, which is fucking crazy. Why is there an empty pool in Inglewood? We never heard of a pool being in Inglewood, but it was empty. It was abandoned. We went to that bitch. We started skating it. You know, when you skate, this is my first time skating a fucking actual empty pool. So we're going up. Boards falling. Bah! Boards falling. Bah! 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 We're having fun, laughing. I remember I drop in, just the rolling part to go up. Fall. Bah! The board does that. And I look up. All you see is my friends doing this. They got their hands up. And I'm like, oh, man, what the fuck? So I'm thinking it's some gangbangers or some shit. We go up. I go up the pool. And it's a bunch of cops with shotguns pointing at them. And we're like, oh my God. So I put my hands up. They put us on the wall. They pat us down. They got like full body armor on and everything. It's kind of crazy. And they're like, anybody got a gun? We're like, nah, we just skating. And they're packing us out. They're patting us down. And they started laughing. They're like, all you guys were doing was skating? We're like, yeah, we're just skating. And they started laughing because they were like, maybe the neighbor or something. They said the neighbor called the cops because somebody was in the backyard just shooting a shotgun. And it made sense to them. They was like, oh, you're just skating in because of the pool. And they just started laughing. And we started laughing. Then they let us go. And I was like, okay, cool. Not this again. Because when I was 10 years old, I got arrested by the cops for skating. And that didn't go any type of smooth. like that one did. And I got in big ass trouble. So yeah, I was 10 years old, 10, 11 years old, right? I was decent enough at skating where I could like manual pad type shit, curb wise. Kick flips and all that. I learned pretty fast. So I was skating with my homie Josh, and we go to Worthington Elementary School to skate, which I went to elementary school there. But we go there to skate. There's a 3-stair, there's a roof, there's a little manual pad, there's things like that. But there's janitors there too. And I remember we was getting kicked out by the janitor. She's like, "You need to go." And we're like, "Okay, we'll leave." We didn't leave. We acted like we was gonna leave. Then she saw us again in there, and she was smoking cigarettes and shit. She was pissed, and she was like, "All right, for sure." And then she calls the cops. I don't know what the fuck she told these motherfucking cops, or if the cops over exaggerated, but yeah, they must have over exaggerated, because at the ending she kind of felt bad. So nigga, I think she told us she called the cops or whatever. We end up leaving, or we're walking out to school. Nigga, 5 cop cars pull up, block the whole street, doing the most. And again, I'm like 11. Josh is probably like 13. Everybody else we with is the same age, and it's boom, stop us. Started fucking screaming, started going crazy on us. They got Josh. I don't know why they so mad at Josh. Josh be talking a lot of shit, that's why. I don't know what he was saying. But they got Josh, slammed him on the motherfucking hood of the cop car in front of his mom and little sister, because they lived across the street from the school. So they saw that, and maybe he called them or whatever. So they're witnessing that. They're yelling, they're going back and forth. The cop is interviewing me, writing down all my information, and I'm a little kid crying and shit. I'm just like, "Oh yeah, my name's Lamont." Yeah. They was like, "What ethnicity are you?" And I was like, "What's that?" I didn't know what the fuck it was. And then he told me, like, "What race are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm black and Puerto Rican." He was like, "You black? You black?" Spitting all in my face and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So I started crying even more. And then they let all the other homies go, and they took me and Josh into the back of the cop car, right? Now I'm like way younger than Josh. They're trying to use Josh as an example or something. They take that nigga to the station, but they take me home handcuffed on the way to the station, because my house is kind of by there. And then my grandfather, who hated that I skated, walks out and goes crazy. I don't know if the cop got scared of my grandfather, because the cop calmed the fuck down when he was talking to my grandfather. Then he let me out, and I was like, fuck, nigga, I'm screwed now. But I think Josh has got a ticket or something, but he ended up being okay. But they over exaggerated. The lady who called the cops, the janitor, I could tell in her face, because she was getting interviewed too, I could tell in her face she felt bad, because she was like looking at us and her face changed and she felt hella fucking bad. And then after that, she's always been nice to us. I think she apologized when I got older too. Yeah, I think she apologized when I got older, because yeah, she did actually. Yeah, she felt bad. They overdid it. That was their fault. Like, what are y'all doing? But again, we should have left and shit. So I got no hard feelings for her. But fuck, I would never forget that moment. Now let me talk about some more positive shit. So we had no skate parks out there at first, but the staffs at that park, which was next to the elementary school that I got arrested at the age of 10, they saw that we were skating this little strip of sidewalk every day. But it was like 20 of us. The staff created a little skate team called Team Took, and they got a petition, or they got the city to make a skate park and fund a skate park and build the skate park Darby Park for us. Then after that, they started building more. They started building Centinela Park, Rogers Park, and it's all because of us being at that skate park. So the skate park started being built, started being amazing. We started skating there. We had a skate shop. Josh's mom owned a skate well, she owned a water shop, which you go in there and buy water, fill up your gallons of water, and then they sold party stuff and things like that. Josh convinced his mom to start selling skateboards, so that became the first skate shop in Inglewood. And yeah, they were sponsoring me, and that was amazing. They still got it there. It's called Planet Skate Shop. So in Imperial and Yukon, if you guys ever pass by that in Inglewood, go in there, say what's up, and support them. I think they still sell skateboards. It still says skate shop at the top. But yeah, they really helped out a lot. They was giving us they had to connect with Thrindo distribution, which was like almost and cliche and enjoying all that. But yeah, that was cool. But I also remember we would have to skate all the way to the Dirty, which is Eucalyptus Skate Park in Hawthorne. Now we would be there all the time. That was 3 miles or 4 miles away of a skate. We didn't care. We do that shit every day, and we became kind of locals over there. And oh, shit, nigga, that B, that's a fast ass bug. But yeah, then there would be, that's not a safe neighborhood too. A lot of shit was going over there, but I can't speak on that much because there's other people that's from there that could explain that more. But we would skate there. The Yotis, that's where he got discovered. He'll be there all the time. Furby, Antoine Dixon, Mario Saenz, a lot of Louis Lopez, a lot of people, bro. And I'll be like the weakest link. They were trying to skate and compete with them niggas. And I love that shit because they were training there, like how I was saying, when I go to the primitive park, how they were training. They were doing that shit there back in the day. They would just like hit the 3-stair, then go do a flat ground trick, hit the flat bar, boom, go down the ramp, hit the pyramid, go up the quarter pipe, do the same shit over and over and over and practice. And I saw that shit, and that inspired me, and I started doing that shit. And that's how that really helped my consistency. And then, you know, there was JJ Skate Shop down the street from there, and he sponsored me too. He helped out so much. So those two skate shops really helped out a whole lot. But yeah, and then there was spots around there that we would skate and shit like that. And then I remember one time, again, I'm just venting and ranting. I had to get home. It's getting dark. Again, it's like a 4-mile skate, 3-mile skate. Josh lived down the street from me, like 5 blocks away. His brother picks him up, and his fucking crazy ass brother, his crackhead ass brother, go fucking pick him up, and then I'm like, hey, can I just hop in the back seat and just drop me off at your house? I'll skate from there. He was like, oh, you got gas money? And I'm like, no, nigga, I'm 14. I don't got no damn gas money. And he had a girl in the car with him too. I was like, you trying to flex? And then my foot was under his tire of the car. He's like, if you ain't got gas money, then no. Then he takes off and runs over my foot. So now I got a fucking limp all the way back home. You motherfucker. God damn. Whatever. I hope that nigga is doing better. But yeah, man, damn, it's a lot of shit that happened. A whole lot. It's a lot of things I probably can't even remember just in this video. We might have to do a part 2 for this shit, bro. Jesus Christ. What else? I guess I could explain how my house was. No, I don't really need to explain how my house was. I mean, long story short, we grew up on Section 8. It wasn't the best house, obviously, but it was a home, and it felt like the biggest home to me, you know, because I was younger, and I had my grandparents, and they was treating me with love and stuff like that, so I have nothing to complain about with that. But yeah, I think we could do a part 2 to this. Y'all let me know. Y'all ask some questions below. What should I speak about in this video specifically, how it was growing up, where I came from. And we'll do a part 2 to this shit. And I'll answer your questions. Or comment below what y'all want me to speak on, period. But yeah, I know you guys have probably came from a bad area too. And if you haven't, it's amazing. And it's fine. It doesn't mean you didn't have your own struggles. And yeah, man, I know that really helped my character. And I think that really helped me with my comedy, my humor. I swear, I don't look at things the way other people look at things. Like, I don't know when it clicked. Maybe it's a trauma thing or whatever. But I look at things different. Shit is funny. It's just the audacity of shit makes me fucking laugh. And there's a lot of weird shit that happens in a bad area like that. Funny ass shit. Man, I mean, I'm talking about, like, I've had homeless people banging on my door talking about they go, I don't even want to say it, some crazy shit to my grandma and shit like that. That's not even fucking funny, but it's just like the audacity of a nigga to be that zooted off some drugs, to be saying some shit and doing some shit like that. Crazy work. But yeah, 111. I'll see you guys in the next video. I enjoy doing these videos. You guys say you guys enjoy watching them, and I'm happy you guys do. This is a good way for me to, like, put out a lot of content that's valuable for you guys, and not burn myself out with just doing straight skating, which I am skating every day. So I'll have to skate after this and get a skate video. But anytime you guys see my videos, like, comment, help the algorithm. I'm putting in work. We're not fucking stopping. We're sticking to this. I'm locked in. We have a goal to get my skills back, which is coming back very rapidly, and to be one of the biggest skate YouTube channels on YouTube. So I can only do that with y'all help. So like, comment, appreciate you guys. If you aren't subscribed, subscribe. 111, peace.